I agree with that, Burgle. I think there's a good chance Valentina is a very playable card that you can easily replace in any deck that's playing her and have it be fine. I will say in general, I've liked Valentina more than White Widow so far. I think she's the more powerful 2-drop between those two specifically. Mods, can we make a command explaining the crackling sound? Please and thank you. That's unlucky. The crackling is the game having static from Jeff having too many gold cards. Also unlucky. I think White Widow has more versatility. What do you think? Disagree. I think that sounds like someone who spent their keys on White Widow and is trying to talk themselves out of spending keys on Valentina. I mean, Galactus is definitely in their output range. Professor X is too accurate. A DTX, thanks for the prime, appreciate it. Good luck at the rest of your conquesting today. You were the strong guy Modok Supergiant deck, right? That was a sweet one. So instead is armor necessary in this deck. I think armor is a lot better than she generally gets credit for. Oh no! Wait, do we win the breaker here? We win the breaker here, yeah? Whew. I forgot the Widow's Bite was gonna let them put Red Hulk into the left. Victory. But they paid 6 for 17 power, we paid 6 for 22 power. Hey, Ospread, thanks for checking out the sponsor and get your stronghold to level 7 in Misty. Let's play for all of it, gamer. Unfortunate that these two ended up in different locations. It would have been better for me if they were both in the same in case we draw Beast. I could get Green Goblin here, but I think I want to be able to Darkhawk on the right next turn. Also good for them here. We have priority, sadly. Usually the opponent's deck isn't Shang-Chi deck. I guess they could have Cannonball, but that seems not terrible for us. Professor X to mid. Sure, I can't play around Professor X here. Can't play around Cannonball. Like, that's one of the... If I had to give one piece of advice that I think would make a lot of people better gamers that they don't understand, is the amount of brain power people spend thinking about cards that they just can't beat and pointing them out on my stream is just, like, incredible. There's so many cards that just hard hose your sandcastle.
Escape.
That you have to just be like, yeah, sometimes we're gonna eat shit to that. It's worth asking yourself the question, like, can I play around it? But a lot of the time the answer to that question is going to be no.
Victory.
Jeff, that play doesn't beat Ugin. Man, that takes me back. It's been a long time since I thought about that asshole. They did finally fix Nico's graphic, and it's glorious. I would assume the keyword drain means take power and give it to the card that's draining. Be my expectation. Second Dinner has not confirmed anything about unreleased cards and never confirms anything about unreleased cards. What's Ugin? A fucking nightmare. Predates Pyre design, yeah? My magic nerd's in the audience. It predates, that one predates Fire design, yeah? Orange, yeah. Oh my god, never before have I been so rewarded for making such a heads-up play. We prioritize putting rocks in their deck that turn because we want to keep them off of drawing Jeff if possible, because Jeff lets them win Limbo. And then obviously, we're gonna play Darkhawk over here on the last turn when the vault opens back up. Okay, so now they need to have Jeff plus 5 power here, which we put a bunch of rocks in their deck, so hopefully they can't do both of those things. Bring up to 21 over here, which is a lot to say the least. They could have Cannonball. Yeah. I mean, Cannonball does what I said, right? That's a certain amount of power. Thank you, my dude.
Victory.
What are we eating from Panera? A caprese belt and a corn chowder soup.
Opponent snapped.
Help me learn, chat. What's the difference between a chowder and a regular soup? There's a lovely boy. Locations resolve left to right. So Starlit Citadel is going to shuffle before Dream Dimension happens here. This plays around Professor X everywhere as best I can, yeah? I suppose I should put... Should I put both of these here? This gives me 9, and this gives me 10, and they'd be 2 plus 6. I think it's this. It's definitely the worst possible into that. Being able to add +2 over here is spicy. Yeah, she hits Darkhawk too. How's Valentina feeling? I like her a lot. Fun, flexible, powerful card with a hard to predict output range. It gives you a lot of value in places.
Knowledge is power.
Victory.
Hey, Toad, GG's. Good luck with the rest of your conquesting today. As the most effective Valentina deck you've found, we've played one match with the deck you just saw. One, singular. Yes, my Nico spells rolled really well that game, for sure. How do you get the new card borders? By spending gold in the custom card stool.
Oh, snap.
Borders didn't look special enough. Completely agree. You often can't tell the difference between them and a regular border.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Probably a Shang-Chi deck.
Victory.
Shang in hand at least.
Snap.
Loki plus Valentina is super fun, not try hard toxic. Whatever you gotta tell yourself to sleep at night, bud.
I am Ego. And it is
Oh, come on,
my
Ego!
domain.
You had 3 3-drops, and you choose to play the hood? What an asshole. Was literally 5 out of 6 to play 2 cards. Hit the 1 in 6 to play the Goliath. Sounds about right. Does Ego always move cards if possible? Yep. Played Shadow King and Valentina in the same deck, but I also haven't had a... I've also yet to have a compelling game where... I've yet to have a compelling game where I want to Shadow King the Valentina. If that makes sense, the Valentina card. What do we think of doing this and then playing Destroyer next turn? Is that hyper-focusing on the cute play too much? I might be hyper-focusing on the cute play too much. The fact that they are playing Valk probably means they don't have Shag, which means this loop cage is absurd.
Face the might of Asgard.
I would like the record to reflect that I've seen a number of people make like Valentina tier lists where they talk about which Valentina cards they think are good, bad, or otherwise. And this card is often listed as a brick/miss/bad card. And that has decidedly not been my experience playing Valentina and getting Destroyer. Getting this effect on a 4 energy play has often been useful and good. So Jeff, you're saying context matters. I am, yeah. I am in fact saying the context matters. It's a little unlucky. Put the Destroyer on the wrong side. Honestly, this is something I should think about and play around. when we're playing this card, we should prioritize not playing hard left early because we could roll this if we're gonna play her again. I always appreciate you qualifying statements like that within my experience. Yep. One of the things that I think is important in clear communication that's often lacking is people conflating their anecdotes with being the norm / given. If I do this in the center, I gain 14 here up to 25. They're down to 20, they're down to 16. So they have to play a 10 power thing here in the middle. I don't have priority, so playing armor doesn't do anything. I think it's just this. Sad that I didn't destroy her somewhere else here. I could lose because of that.
Union to me.
We're good here, right? Even if that's the real Mysterio. Yeah, I think like I said earlier, I think it's unlikely they have Shang anyways because they have Valk. Usually you don't play both, and we have Luke Cage as get fucked Valkyrie card.
Victory.
Not the silver border. That is a 900 gold cosmetic. 900 gold. Mason James, thank you for the 1.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I will just say this, chat. You can and should spend your money on whatever brings you joy that you have spending money for. But if you're someone who's in my chat right now and you bought a 900 gold cosmetic border, but you didn't find $5 in your couch cushion to subscribe to my channel, reconsider. You probably have a $5 laying around if you had 900 gold to spew on this. All right, gamers, we're gonna play some more with this. This build seems sweet. I'm gonna tap some adverts before we dive on into our next match, though. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Got it. What's the USD on 900 gold? So it depends on how you do your math. Technically, you can get 1,800 gold for $5 by virtue of the gold pass over the course of a month. However, you can't buy that on demand. The on-rate price for 900 gold is a little bit north of $10, I believe. For those of you at home watching in horror as I queue for Infinite Conquest while the ads are still running, this is Conquest communism here. I am abstaining from playing Infinite Conquest this season. So when we get an Infinite ticket, I queue up and we give someone a free win. I believe that's our 20th Infinite Conquest win we've given out for the season. 20 or 21, one of the two. Giggity Gary and Sarah Lanik, thank you for the gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Shut up, don't need any reason. So for the last 2 months, the least fun I had playing Marvel Snap was playing inside of Infinite Conquest. Even when I would just always snap on one and try to not care, I would inevitably end up getting 3 or 4 wins and then hitting a polarized matchup. And even though I was auto-snapping on one and trying not to care, you know, it still feels really bad to have invested 4 matches worth of time, even auto-snapping, it's 25, 30, 45 minutes, and then hitting a matchup where you're just like 10% to win because of matchup variance and feeling like you just got kicked in the gut. So rather than allowing myself to potentially end up in that situation where I know I'm going to feel frustrated, I'm giving the tickets away and conceding them because I'm just not interested. I don't want to feel mad or upset while I play my game. So I'm just not engaging with it. Can we get a golden Nico border? So I am actually going to full say no, chat is not allowed to buy me custom borders on cards. The one exception being is if you want to mail me a cashier's check or cheer in bits in a way that you can't get back later, I'm guaranteed to have. If you want to send me $3,000 so I could have a premium border on every card in the game, I'll accept $3,000 to have all my cards match. However, I am a person who one of my favorite things to do with cosmetics in games like this is have all of my cards match. So if I let chat nickel and dime and get random cards with borders, it's not going to be appealing or pleasant for me to have miscellaneous cards here and there with borders that don't match. Bob for good, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Oh, snap.
3,000 technically won't even cover it because you'd have to add new cards to it too. Now, if someone sent me $3,000, I would graciously cover the costs of all future cards to get the gold border myself. I would do that. Graciously, I would do that. I will say, I do think the gold border looks better than this border by a small amount. I think it's an upgrade to this. It's just not a $100 per 12 cards I want to do upgrade. Yeah, I don't want you to crowdsource it. I think spending, as someone who spends a lot of money on cosmetics in this game, I think the borders are incredibly overpriced. But you should also note, rather than sitting here and complaining endlessly and saying they're a scam, I could just say they're overpriced and not engage with the system. I just skip it. I just be like, that one's not for me. I'm gonna not bother. I don't think they look enough different than these. In fact, since the new borders went live on Tuesday, I've had probably half a dozen people already come into chat and ask at various points if I was using the gold border. Because it's so fucking close to this default one, you kind of can't tell at a glance on the board most of the time. Twitch chat would confront it with the idea of impulse control. Yep. I don't even think it's fair to compare it to like owning a car. Like it's like owning like a luxury car, right? When I bought my SUV, I could have got an $80,000 or $100,000 SUV, but instead we got a base model because it's what made sense to me at the time economically. It doesn't mean the other ones are scams or unreasonable or shouldn't exist. Maybe they're unreasonable. But like, you know, it just meant that it just wasn't something I was interested in. Needless, optional, extra upgrade.
Snap.
By the way, I want to get a room temperature gauge on this just unscientifically from the subs in chat. But loosely in terms of interest, I've been like half wanting to sit down and do another "This is how the Marvel Snap economy looks and costs" in 2024, but I really just haven't wanted to spend 3 hours in one of my evenings accomplishing that. So, what if, like, for the first hour of tomorrow's stream, we just, like, sat in a spreadsheet together and crunched some numbers? In the past, when I've done those videos, I've always done the numbers off stream. Jesus Christ, no. The one truthful response. The one truthful response. Is my opponent just wasting our time? I think they're just wasting our time, yeah? All right, I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that to start tomorrow morning. I don't wanna switch to it today when we've already built up a viewer count, but I think we'll do it in the morning. Ping the Discord when you're done with it. Yeah, we'll definitely have 2 Discord pings. And hopefully it shouldn't take that long, because some of the base collecting isn't that different than when the last time I calculated it. We can add some extras in, like the fact that Twitch drops happen every month now, and some extra currency and stuff like that. I think the one thing I'll want to do to calculate is looking at the numbers when you have like average spotlight key variance versus best possible, worst possible. We can average out some of the gold. One of the things that I actually want to crunch is averaging the gold bundles that have happened for the last couple of months and see how much better or worse getting Token Tuesdays always is compared to the ones that run periodically. Versus like spending your credits on just rolling extra, your gold on rolling extra credits. So that's a metric I would like to have offhand when talking about the economy that I just genuinely don't know. It's like how much better or worse spending gold on credits is. Yeah. It's a question that gets asked with some frequency. I mostly just responding to with I don't know. Because I don't. It would be nice to have an informed take. I think Token Tuesdays is currently worse than buying credits for most collection situations. Yeah, see, I don't know the answer to that, right? What, the best rate on Token Tuesdays is 1,500 gold for 1,200 tokens. 1,500 gold is, yeah, those are, I just genuinely don't know offhand. It's a very atypical response for someone who doesn't know something. That's true. Oh man, I was gonna make a comment that I was excited to have armor in my deck when we Brick Destroyer here. Oh my god. District X is taking forever because we have Darkhawk in our hand. That's funny. It removed each card individually because he was getting bigger. Usually I start the stream about 9 a.m. Central. Which, speaking of start time, I've been pushing and starting earlier than 9 somewhat consistently. I think that's going to change moving forward. Because I was looking at my PlayStation tracks my stats, and I just really haven't been exercising enough. I only did 8 hours of VR exercise last month. Double that at a minimum. Gotta sweat more, gamers. PlayStation tracks my health stats. Yeah, it lets me know how much VR I've done in a month. Alright, I've already shanked my chi, so hopefully we're good to go here. I don't know, my body's ready for the District X Shang Chi. You have the new VR, how is it? I bought the PSVR 2 as opposed to a different VR system because after reading lots of reviews, the PSVR 2 was the only system that frequently had in its reviews the words, "It just works like you expect it to when you plug it in." And I have to say that has definitely been reflective of my experience using the hardware. I probably had it for over a year at this point. So I should go back and look. I've literally only ever had one issue with it, and that issue was solved by remapping the VR space that I was in, which likely was a result of new things getting added without me remapping in the first place. Is Havoc bugged if you copy him with Sinister or bar Sinister? No, Havoc's just not a dirty, filthy communist. Every Havoc needs his own maximum energy to eat. So when you run out of maximum energy, he doesn't get bigger anymore because there's nothing for him to grow on. You gotta pay the man for him to grow, okay? Want to simply use hardware when you have a gaming break or spend your gaming break troubleshooting hardware. That is 100% the truth. As someone who was firmly a PC gamer growing up through my teens and 20s, as something of an adult with limited spare time to game outside of working hours, my console is lovely because my games install and they just work after they install 100% of the time. Second District X game in a row. It's a batch and then you die, gamers. Unless it's made by Bethesda. Yeah, that's fair. I'm only talking about things that are on Sony, the Sony platform. They tend to have high standards. Also, like, consoles are, like, really cheap compared to gaming PCs by a very significant margin. Skyrim is on PSVR. Yeah, that's fun. I actually didn't know that. I might have to check that out at some point. My budget PC was 2 to 3 times the PS5. Yeah. Yep. We're actually not going to draw anything here from Asgard, but we should hopefully win at keeping them from drawing. What cards are worth picking up next month in your opinion? I have a Spotlight Cash review here.
Wind
You can check out.
aid my hand.
Agatha! What a lovely gal. What a lovely gal. No, don't kill yourself with Nico. All right, whew. Oh, Agatha always plays herself first. For the record, she was not capable of killing herself with Nico there. Agatha always plays herself first. That's actually the first time in a day and a half that we've generated Agatha with Valentina. Our next card's gonna eat shit though, yeah. That's true. Watch Beast get pulled to the playoff Grand Central here. Motherfucker! Come on! Come on, bro! Come on, bro! Oh, man! We won this game by so much, too. What a fucking brutal game. Unlucky. Unlucky. Someone clip that so I can tweet it, please and thank you. Someone clip that so I can tweet it. No matter how unlucky you think you are at home, chat, just keep in mind you're not that unlucky. I'm unlucky professionally. It's my job here, 5 days a week. Backflip. So your math there fails to do one of the things people frequently fail to do when it comes to talking about the Marvel Snap economy. So you did the napkin math calculation that 6,000 credits gets you a spotlight key, but that's not true because when you spend going up the track, you get credits back out off the track. It's actually much closer to 5,000 keys or 5,000 credits per spotlight key because you on average get about 1,000 credits back off the track per 5,000 spent, thereabouts. You're saying I'm extra unlucky because I don't get paid for being unlucky. Just a sucker. Nice. It is a nice piece, chat. He's a lovely lad. Believe it or not, chat, the economy in Marvel Snap is explicitly and intentionally obtuse to make it difficult to calculate what things actually cost and thus to determine what their value is. That's not an accident. What an insane turn for us. This is going to be a 22 power Hawk. We get to fan out here too. Nico rolling the demon mode is just actual perfects. Best possible. We have Lucas here, so we don't have to worry about them. We have a demon here with Luke, so we don't have to worry about them red guarding us.
All systems go.
I think Thanos is still a very fine card to add to your collection if you're missing him. I think Thanos has 100% hit a similar power level to Collector Discard, where it's a deck that's likely still reasonably competitive and fine, but it's no longer the absolute best thing to be doing by a wide margin, so you only see people using it if they enjoy it. I'll just take a guaranteed demon. Thank you, Silence. Mobius this turn, just in case I spike another Valentina or another 1-drop.
Wind, aid my hand.
Just can't contest here now. Definitely just can't contest her. I need to play Nico out here because she's not going to be free next turn anymore. Oh, maybe I should have reset Murder World, though, because I have Luke Cage. Because Luke wouldn't have cared if we got penalized. Just hoping to draw Rock Slide there. Equally likely to play to both spots, it feels like. We're down 8 in each. Yeah, just a flip here. There's a chance that they're a build that's not playing Hulk. Would be ideal. Oh, better draw Rock Slide with a 1. Actually, Rock Slide's a reason they probably shouldn't play to the Hulk path. Oh my god, we lost the breaker by 1? Unlucky. That's true. Xandar got us to the tiebreaker. Needed to draw Rock Slide though. Oh, we're so close to another split. Slow and steady. One or two more good ones in with this. We'll be on our way to our next pile of cards. Oh, yeah, you're right. With my Luke Cage, the location was actually a wash. That's a good call. How greedy do I want to be, chat? Do we Black Widow here or do we Black Widow here next turn? Probably Black Widow here. Just hope to roll one in the middle. Dial the green up to a 12. Toot, full speed ahead. Go mid! Unlucky. Oh, our stuff's about to get pulled out of the lab. That's a good point. Think about that. Oh, they just didn't play... They just didn't play the what's it called? The Widow's Bites. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh god, how big is the Red Hulk? It was 17? Man, if we'd have drawn Rock Slide, we could have gotten him, yeah? I'm pretty sure I saw it twice. It only went 9 to 13? 26, 30? I think we lose the breaker though still, yeah? I can only get to 30 here. And then I'm only plus 12, 18 here. Yeah, so even if it's 13 to 26, 26 puts them to third evolution there. We would have won if we would have drawn Rock Slide. That's just probably not terrible for us. They're an A-B combo deck, and we have a bunch of disruption that makes their draw less consistent. Can even push them off of being able to play Shuri on 4. Hey Jeff, been loving the Valentina Typhoid Berry deck you posted yesterday. Been climbing with it. Awesome. What's going on, Loopy?
Opponent snap. Oh, snap.
Or when Shuri on London gave you doubled Shuri effects. Yep. Alright, chat. If you're under 18, I need to ask that you look away while Nico eats Black Widow here. This cuts me off a draw, but I think that's fine. In a perfect world, Nico will roll location change to deal with Mindscape. Yeah, none of my draws are actually useful here, so I think cutting myself off of it is fine. I could choose not to bounce the Iceman, but it's a free roll. Howdy, train. Oh, they're playing the She-Hulk build. Were they? God, we're so good at this. Holy. What a vidya gamer we are. Do I... I think I want to play Cage Iceman Hood here, and then I play Hawk Demon next turn. Oh no! Get fucking quaked, gamers. Got me. What a monster.
Escaped.
Alexander, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's super generous of you. My poor sandcastle, that makes up for it. Here, hope your afternoon is going swell. Gamers, if you're looking for another excellent content creator to follow here on the Twitch side, be sure to tap the heart over the chat to follow Alex. They do some daytime stuff, but I've often got them on in the evenings when I should be sleeping.
Opponent
Full disclosure. I crossed the 70-30 threshold for subs this month for the first time, and it was by 3 subs, so you legitimately made the difference when you subbed, and encourage others to do the same. Appreciate it. Hey, that's awesome. Things you love to see. A lot of Nebula today. Here's a question I haven't thought about in a little while. Is Nebula the best one drop in the game? She might be, huh? What's the 73? It's the split of revenue you get from Twitch on paid subscriptions. You think it's Hood? That's an interesting take. That might be true. Hood's gotta be up there. Yeah, Annihilus is one of the best cards in the game, so that makes her one of the best cards in the game. It's a good take. Where's my B-stat gamers? Oh no! such a good run to start this, and we've just gotten, like, mercilessly bricked off in every one of these games for the last couple.
Escaped.
I'm actually curious. I don't know offhand. I have a little data. What's the most popular one drop in the top 50% of Infinite? It is Nebula by a small margin. Hood's number 2. Nico's the third most. And then I think like Burgle called out, I think Annihilus is probably one of the best decks in the game right now, which definitely helps Hood's play rate. Because like every Annihilus deck essentially is a Hood deck, so it's like 19.5%. And then there's a handful of people playing bad decks like I enjoy that are playing Hood without Annihilus. It is at 6K plus. I mean, 6K plus Infinite top 50%. You look at top 10%, maybe it's different. No, they're right about the same. Hood by a small margin. The other way. You're looking at everybody, maybe? Okay, this is Agatha data, so it's worthless. You literally just can't look at all of Infinite because there's so much garbage Agatha data in it. Arnim Zola, a Nightcrawler that has moved. Can the new ones move? Why would you ask me questions like that? What a cursed question to ask. Aren't the anti-decks playing Nebula as well? No, not all of them. Some of them are for sure. Because you've played more Snap than any 5 other humans I know of. Warnox, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Does that mean you don't know? It means I don't know, yes. I don't know the answer. Not a clue. I think we're gonna lose the left, chat. Oh, good God. Fuck. We like even put rocks into their deck. That's so unfortunate. It's the Proving Grounds opponent. Play the fucking game. Here's hoping this beast rolls our Mobius out of the deck. It's unreal that we both missed on our Mobius and they hit their Mobius through us playing Rock Slide. I'm giving them a Widow's Bite to play into Quantum Tunnel, but yeah, they're filling it this turn anyways, so that seems fine. Beast is gonna come back out. Yeah, probably, based on everything else has been going. Or Nico's gonna come out and she's gonna eat this. Well, I played those in the right order to avoid that. They have 2 demons. I think so. That's actually a great draw here. It probably catches them with their pants around their ankles, expecting to be able to play stuff for free next turn. And now we just want to draw any of our 1-drops here. Nothing I can hit here wins this lane, yeah? Biggest I could get is 3. Totally puts me to 8. Rock Slide is Christmas Rock Slide. He gives gold. Thanks, buddy. Oh, buddy, old pal. I do believe I appreciate your delivery service. Oh, buddy, old pal.
Victory.
In the arms of an angel. Freaking got him. We did not, in fact, lose the left. Lovely. Just lovely. Alright, there's a lovely one. I feel like we had a fun, that was a fun set. We had some really shit variants in the middle. Our stats were terrible. I feel like our stats had to have been terrible. We had such a bad run in the middle. How bad was it? Alright, I'll tell you in an hour when Untap lets me know. Valentina did stuff a couple of times there. Her role here could definitely be filled by other cards. Like if you like this core and you don't have Valentina, you could play like Cull Obsidian and sub Luke Cage for something else. She's a really neat way though to add big stats to play somewhat consistently. And in tandem with our Disruption and like Hood Demons and Darkhawk, things came together a good bit there where we're getting absolutely completely roasted. Our stats load yet here? They did. Oh, look at that, chat! That's way better than I was expecting to see. Okay, look at that. 60% felt awful. Incredibly unlucky. 160% anyways. Cool. Yeah. Lovely. And I think this is about what I expect. I think there's going to be a number of decks like this one where you could just like play Valentina and Luke Cage and they feel good and they're gonna help you win games, but they're not the defining feature or a thing you have to play the deck, which probably means this is not a card people with limited resources want to spend stuff on. I think would be my takeaway. I think you probably are fine skipping her. You're probably not losing access to any decks in Snap by not having her in your collection. But she's also a card where if you have her, there's plenty of spots you can slot her in with Cage and others where she's gonna feel good and fun and neat. I don't think comparing her to Pixie makes a lot of sense, because like Pixie makes or breaks a deck. It is the defining headlining feature where when you don't have Pixie, you can't play the deck. My recommendation when you're looking at a Pixie deck and someone's like, Jeff, can I replace Pixie? It's play something else. My recommendation when someone looks at this deck is like, Jeff, can I replace Valentina? It's like, yeah, play a different card that makes numbers, and then you could probably sub Luke Cage for a different tech card as well. But honestly, just to say one last thing here before we move on, one of the things that just consistently feels true is Luke Cage is just an incredible tech card. I feel like he's so close to just being really good on his own that just having even one card in your deck that he synergizes with, where you're like, okay, he gives me value even in the games where his text wasn't relevant otherwise, just feels so strong. Feels very, very strong. All right, non-subs, have some adverts. Remember, if you want to dodge those ads for the next month, you check out our sponsored mobile game this week, Misty Continent. We'll see you in 120 seconds, or we're playing something else when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere.